So. Da sind wir wieder. No, no, no. I thought if I got hard evidence or something on paper, the confusion would go away. What I felt when I held the mask isn't supposed to be real. But 12 people died in the cult that had it. Reinas mixed up in it somehow. It's a coincidence, it has to be. The historian talked about cults and rituals, but people in cults believe anything. But that doesn't explain what I've seen. Enough, I want the truth. I want to rest, and this only makes it more confusing. Keep going. I have to keep going. It seems strange now, but you'll find the truth. Find something. Anything. Find the truth. Make everything normal. There is truth in here. 2 kids and an adult go out. That matches what Takashi said. Why is the location of the cult secret? It's all being covered up. Okay, Entschuldigung, Freunde. Es kam mir gerade so vor, als ob irgendeine andere Melodie gerade im Hintergrund läuft. Entschuldigung. It's all being covered up. They don't want me to find it. But I'll find the truth, one way or another. Task with writing command. Ja gut. Da scheint ja nicht mehr so viel zu stehen. The report is unclear, but it's obvious something terrible happened at the Kamenkai compound. No doubt the mask had a part to play in those 12 people's death, and one way or another it found its way to Reina afterwards. She said she was searching for the door, which means her connection to it is no mere coincidence either. The collector said the path to the dark would never reveal itself unless I understood her past. The report is a dead end for now, but he gave me another lead. A talent agency called Omega in Kabukicho. It's not a whole lot to go on, but maybe I'll find a connection. I need to connect the dots. For now, all I can do is go to Kabukicho and ask around. Raus. Kabukicho. Wir kommen. Kabukicho. Wir sind auf dem Weg. The collector mentioned a talent agency by the name of Omega here in Kabukicho, with ties to Reina. Unless there's something big sign advertising it, which I highly doubt, I need to ask around to find it. Based on the dragon motifs and the general vibe around the building, I guess this place is no normal bar. Who knows how many other places around here the Yakuza have dipped their fingers into. Oh, Yakuza, cool. Hey, hold up, don't I know you? Who, me? Yeah, you. Unless you're hiding something behind your back. Aren't you the detective whose face was all over the town a few weeks back? Yeah, that's it. How didn't I recognize you before? Hey guys, didn't someone from the HQ come by and ask about her earlier? Maybe we should call it in. Hold on, Denichiro. You really think that's a good idea? Oh, what are you talking about? I'm not risking my job over some nobody detective. Yeah, well, call in the HQ and you might be risking more than of your job, if you know what I mean. Rio's right. Why shouldn't we stick our necks out when she hasn't even done anything wrong? Being on leave doesn't mean she can't walk around, does it? I'm with Ryu. I doubt I need to remind you boys what happens when you ruffle the wrong feathers at HQ. You guys can't be serious. Look, I'm not saying we arrest her, only if you're going to piss off the wrong people, Denichiro. I don't know how much more obvious I need to be before you get it. No one, not even the detective here, is worth bringing down her wrath. Especially right now. Things aren't exactly on stable ground around here since the Mifune family shakeup. Don't need a repeat of Officer Dono. Pegged for promotion one day and then some anonymous tip come into HQ that Ono's been selling a little dope on the side. Even got a gun to tie him to a crime scene. Yeah, a gun that's mysteriously gone missing from evidence. You think that story is true? Does it really matter if it is or not? The point is, he asked too many questions around there and now he's in jail. Huh. Some police we are, held hostage by some woman. Screw it, maybe you guys are right. Suppose if that guy from HQ asks if again, we can say we didn't see any detective tonight. That's right. We didn't see you and definitely didn't talk to us. Got it? Yeah, I got it. Being on the street around here isn't exactly an easy position to be in, huh? You mean at the bottom? Yeah, it doesn't give us a whole lot of options. Feels like I'm always stuck between HQ and all the other shit going on around here. I'm not sure which is worse, honestly. You read the papers, don't you, detective? You heard about the Mifune family, right? Yeah, I'm sure she has. And that's all you need to say on the subject. You never know who's working for who around here, so put a lid on it. Listen, detective, whatever you think we are, or what you think goes on around here, it isn't so simple as good cops and bad cops. Remember that. Kabukicho might be not the perfect, but we do our best to keep the peace, right? Right. Like Ryu said, we're trying our best. So don't cause any trouble for us, and we'll return the favor by not letting HQ know about this. Huh. There's plenty scarier than HQ out there. That's for sure. Why don't you leave me alone, detective? I think I'll just do that. Good luck, officers. Warum muss die immer so viel quatschen? Alter. Look. Seems this club is pretty popular, and it already has a lot of customers. Maybe talking to some of the regular would give me some good ideas where to start looking for Omega. Ach, das war's schon. Okay. Can I ask you something? Whoa. I wasn't doing anything. You're a cop, right? Nope, you've got me all wrong. I'm looking for a talent agency by the name of Omega. Why do you think I was a cop? Phew, only cops ask that many questions right off the bat. Well, that and your costume had me fooled. You ought to be careful walking around like that. This is H-bit. Oh, I got it. You're some kind of performer, right? What are you doing looking for Omega? Omega's a wash. You won't get any work from them. Worry not, sweetheart. It just so happens I work for one of the best agencies in town. We handle all types, models, performers, actors, you name it. Even a mature woman such as yourself will have no problem finding work at us. That is if you're fine with staying in costume. My lucky day. That's the spirit. Have a drink with me, babe. I'll get you signed up. I'm sure I can find work for you in no time. Well, like I said, I'm looking for Omega. A friend of mine recommended them, so I'd be rude not to talk to them at least, right? Tja. If you ask me, your friend's got no taste. You shouldn't waste your time to those losers. No one's even seen their guys around for months. Word on the streets that they ran up a bit of debt with the wrong people, if you know what I mean. Anyway, you didn't hear that from me. You know where I am if you want a real chance, babe. Can I ask you something? Yeah, sure. You don't need my permission. You heard of an agency around here called Omega? Omega? No, it doesn't ring a bell. Why? Is it to you? What's it to you? I'm looking for a missing girl. Missing her? Was she foreign? Working for a nightclub? Maybe working for some of the other types of clubs? I don't remember asking your opinion on the girl, only if you knew about the agency. Either way, answer is the same. I don't know Omega, and you probably won't find her, even if I did. Girls go missing all the time around here. If you catch my drift. Care to be more specific? No, I don't. Don't think your delicate types could handle it. Let's just say not everyone is nice to the ladies in those places, as I am, and leave it at that. Stir the pot with questions like that, and you're bound to end up in trouble. So if you want help, go ask someone else. Can I ask you something? Moment, okay, das ist die gleiche Konversation nochmal. Sorry. Und jetzt kann ich den nochmal anquatschen. Moment, komme ich irgendwo raus? Ach, da bin ich. Okay. Okay, das habe ich nicht gerallt. Okay. Evening. You know anything about a talent agency called Omega? I've heard they were based here. Are you insane? It's not like I'm asking you to take me there personally. What's the issue? You do know where you are, don't you? Omega ran up against some people, the same people who own this club, and they lost. The Mifune takeover's already racked up quite the body count, and I don't plan of being added to it. I'm not sure who you're looking for, but you've come at a bit of a sensitive time. If I were you, I'd turn around and walk out that door. Hell, she's probably killed him too. Killed who? Him. You know, Higashi, the owner of Omega. Everyone knew he owned the Mifune family a small fortune. The word on the street is that there's been a little spring cleaning of any disloyal retainers. Do I need to spell it out for you? Good. I've already said too much, and you should stop asking around too. You never know who's listening. Hello, can you spare a minute? Whoa, how long have you been standing there? Me, I just got here. Why so jumpy? Hey, sorry. There was a big scary guy with a scar here a little before you. He acted friendly enough, but he made me feel a little uneasy. Kept asking me if I was what I was doing here, and if I wanted to go somewhere and have a drink with his friends. Honestly, I've been waiting for a good moment to duck out. I think you made the right decision by staying put, if you ask me. Have you ever heard of a talent agency around here called Omega by chance? Omega? No, never heard of it. I'm actually not ever in this part of the town. A friend of a friend invited out here for a few drinks, but she hasn't shown her face yet. It's starting to stink of me some weird setup. Anyway, I still have some pride, so I'm not going to tuck my tail and run just yet. Good luck finding that agency or whatever you're looking for. And if you see that guy I mentioned earlier, watch your back. Warte, Scar. Moment, ich guck mir die Leute nochmal an, kurz. Der auch nicht. Der sieht noch aus, als könnte ich mit ihm reden. Oder auch nicht. Wusste ich's doch. Hä? Egal. Hey, can I ask you something? About a talent agency called Omega. You know anything? Alright, I'll take that as a no. Hey, do you know this area? What? I had a question about... What? Speak up. I can't hear you. The speaker's right here. You're gonna have to talk louder. I'm looking for an agency. You're looking for a vacancy? In what? No, and you're what? I'm looking for information about Omega Talent Agency. Do you know anything? Whoa. You really shouldn't shout things like that around here. Excuse me, miss. We're hoping you might join us next door. Consider it an invitation from an admirer. Besides, it's a much nicer venue than this dump. Yeah, in fact, we'd be happy to escort you. Who do you think? We're just businessmen doing our business. Take a few steps back, creep. You think I'd go anywhere with you? Yeah, I think you will. Sorry if we were a little too polite before. I wasn't asking your permission. Forcing me would be a big mistake. Oh yeah? How'd you figure? Look around. Do you think anyone's gonna help you? Promise you this much. People see us escorting you out of here, and they'll look the other way. Hell, I could probably break your nose right now. Order a drink and the bartender bring me that drink before he even dreamed of whipping your blood off the floor. Not that I'm threatening you, understand? Of course not. We wouldn't want you to feel like you're in danger. Now let's go. Die sieht aus wie ich. Welcome, come in. Let me introduce myself. I'm Kasumi Mifune. I appreciate you coming by to talk. Huh. You thugs didn't give me much of an option. The hell you think you are calling me a thug? We're businessmen, you got that? Oh, you've got it all right, but don't think that dressing in a suit makes you any less of a thug. Say another word, you cop bitch. Enough. You say another word and I'll make you wish for you hadn't. Now get out, both of you. Yes, boss. My apologies. The quality of help you can find these days isn't quite up to the standard that it was in my father's time. Wild dogs can be difficult to train, but they'll come around, even if I had to beat it into them. Sit down. Relax. Can I get you a drink? Someone get her a glass and one for me as well. Why don't we skip the small talk and you tell me why I'm here? I'm getting to that. Seems you're a woman who doesn't like to waste time. Good. As luck would have it, neither am I. Let's get right to it. A short while ago, a couple of men downstairs run up to tell me you... A cop had walked past my bar and into one of my nightclubs. Then I hear you've been sniffing around asking about of my advertisements. Investments. Oh. Investments? You mean Omega? Smart girl. Tell me, Ayami Ito, why is it that a cop is going around asking pointed questions like that? More curious still, not just any cop, but a publicity-shamed cop on leave. A shamed cop who's had a history of... How did they word it? Oh yeah, a history of psychotic episodes. How do you know all that? We all have friends, Detective Ito. And when detectives are wandering around my part of the city, my friends tell me everything I want to know. Honestly, you don't seem all that crazy to me, as to why you're after Omega. Let's say you piqued my interest. Sorry, look at us. You said no small talk, and here we are, off in the bushes somewhere. Let's get back on track, shall we? As you're not acting in an official capacity, it's safe to say that no one knows you're here, correct? No, I suppose they don't. Huh. In your position, I might have tried to lie, but I appreciate the honesty. It was a rhetorical question anyway. I know for a fact there's no one coming for you. Funny, you don't strike me as a stupid type, and yet you've willingly entered a den of vipers. If you valued your neck staying on your shoulders, surely you wouldn't do something so reckless. You can skip the threats. If you wanted to do something to me, you'd have done it already. Plus, you're smart enough to know not to hurt a cop, even one in my position. Haha, good. I like you. Given your prickly demeanor, I doubt you're working with one of my competitors. And you're definitely not here for your police buddies. Okay, I give up. I have to know. What exactly is it you want to know about Omega? I'm looking for this girl. Her name is Reina. I was told she was involved with the agency somehow. I want to know what happened to her. How very noble of you. Figuring that out might be a bit difficult, as I'm afraid Omega is an extremely recent acquisition. To get further, you'll have to talk to this president and former owner, a man named Eiichi Higashi. As it so happens, that makes two of us would like to have a word with him. Like peas in a pod, us two. Unfortunately, when we handed over the business, he became a bit, how should I put it, forgetful about his outstanding debts to us. And the poor thing is so scared of me that he's ignoring all my calls, probably thinking I'd do something awful to him if I found him. I can't imagine how he'd get that idea. Can you? Maybe he'd prefer talking to a police officer instead of talking to me. I'm not some green recruit. I know how this works by now. What's the catch? You'd never tell me where he was and send me on a way for nothing. Of course I wouldn't. You'll have to prove that you can be trusted first. There's someone else I need to talk to with. A bit of a softer target than Higashi. Pretty good deal, right? Everything you're looking for in exchange for one little job. Oh, don't make this more difficult than it has to be. You'll agree eventually, so why fight it? I know a lot about you. Top of your class and one of the best detectives on the force. You wouldn't let something as pesky as mortals get in the way of good information, would you? I've heard about you, Kasumi Mifune. Or more accurately, I heard a lot about your father. Huh. As you should. My father was a good man. It's not surprising you know more about him than me. That will change soon enough. I won't be a footnote in his story much longer. My father always undervalued the power of information, but I really get to know the people I associate with. You, for instance. Everything you've done paints the picture of someone who's very determined and very desperate to find this girl of yours. Don't let other people tell you otherwise, detective. I think those traits are a wonderful combination. However, it also means you don't have a whole lot of bargaining power, right? If you don't want to work with me, that's fine. You can go home and quietly overdose on whatever medication they got you taking instead. Furthermore, I could refuse your request altogether, but that would be so boring. We both need something, so let's help each other instead. Do the job I ask, and I'll tell you what I know about little Higashi. As I was saying, like him, there's another business owner in Akihabara who's unfortunately behind on her payments as well. Such a shame too. I really want a straightforward relationship with this one. See, I help out with a few things, and in exchange, she kicks back a little of her business. Sometimes we send over new contracts to renegotiate the terms of our mutually beneficial relationship. Sadly, she's neglected to sign the newest one. I'm a cop, not some Yakuza's debt collector. Do it yourself. Suspended cop. You can't parade your badge around like as a proof that you're some white knight anymore. Due to that recent transition of power, I can do it myself just this minute. The dogs at Tokyo Police Headquarters start panting whenever me or any of my men are seen outside of Kabukicho. I'm not asking you to club someone's head in. I'm only asking you to give him a friendly reminder to keep up to date their paperwork. Easy, right? Here is it. Do this for me. And I'll feel a lot more comfortable giving out information about Omega. Also, I'll remind you with your impending review on it, it would be unseemly if I got out that we were meeting with Yakuza, wouldn't we? Blackmail, huh? That's such an ugly world. And here I thought we were becoming friends. No, I'm just starting the facts of the situation is all. The business you're going to do is at Cat Cafe in Akihabara. Kazu can give you the address. Wait, a cat cafe or what? A cat cafe. What else could it be? Well, a cat cafe or a cat-made cafe? Are we talking cats or people dressed like cats? Because a freaking cat cafe. Actual cats. Adorable, fluffy, precious cats. Why the hell would I invest in some stupid maid cafe? Cats. Normal cats. Damn it. Now I'm all worked up. Look, get that damn contract signed and we'll talk. Scheiße. Das heißt, wir müssen zu der süßen kleinen Cat Café Ownerin in Akiba und die jetzt erpressen oder was? Welcome back. I think Tomo remembers you. He must be appreciative of all your help to make him feel better. Although I've had to stop the deliveries of sashimi. Even the smell seems to set off his bowels. Another quirk added to an already quirk character. Maybe it's a sign that you were right about the fish. Listen, we need to talk. Okay, sure. Why the serious face? What's wrong? How exactly does the owner of a cat cafe get mixed up with the Yakuza? Huh? What do you mean? I met someone recently who gave me a contract with your name on it to sign. I read it and it seems like you owe them quite a bit of money. Why? I've been around this kind of stuff for a long time and I can't figure out how a cat cafe owes that kind of money. Money? Yakuza? Wait, you're working for her? Why? I'm not working for anyone. All I've got is this contract and your name. And I want you to know. And I want to know why. The truth is, this place isn't all above board. Or it is, but it wasn't always. I didn't borrow money or anything that stupid. When I was setting up this place, I was just trying to stay above water. But the building owner kept coming to complain, and these government types and health inspectors came knocking. I never realized how complicating opening a place like this in Tokyo could be. All those rules and regulations. All I ever wanted was to help out the kittens and make people happy. Then she came by, someone who loved cats as much as I did. She offered to help me smooth things over with everyone. I mean, I saw the tattoos and everything, but I don't think you should judge people because of how they look. I still don't. There was no way I was going to stay open, and I keep my kitties if I didn't get help fast. So I accepted her offer, and things got better pretty quickly after that. The building owner stopped complaining, and all the permits fell into my lap. Maybe you think I was stupid, but most cats here would be stray or dead if they didn't get her help. For a while I thought I was saved by a guardian angel. After all, she loved the cats and was kind and friendly to me. It's been quiet too. The business with Tomo's bowels was the first incident I've had in months. About 2 months after accepting her help, when I was closing up the shop, some men showed up with a contract like the one you're holding. They said it was for service rendered or something like that. It wasn't much at the time, so I signed it. I owed her a lot after all, and I was doing pretty well. Only they kept coming back, and every time they came back, they had a new contract. Every contract wanted more and more money. It's gotten out of hand. I can't keep up anymore. Kasumi won't even see me anymore to talk about this. Huh? You didn't really think you would get a favor from the Yakuza for nothing, did you? I wasn't being greedy, Ito. I thought she was trying to help. Helping is the only way she knows how. please, you have to help me. The amount of money they've asked for is out of hand. I'm doing well for now, but if they got their way, I'd be out of business. You have to tell Kasumi. Please. Tell her that this place closes down all the cats. There will be no place for them to go. The poor kitties. They'd be put down. I can't support them myself. I don't think animal services would let me keep them. I couldn't live with myself if that happened. I'm begging you, Ito. Don't do this. Damn it. It doesn't matter what I need from her. I can't make you sign this in good coincidence. Hooray! I knew good would prevail in the end. Thanks. How'd you get mixed up with that woman anyway? I need some information from her. You should be careful. I don't know about her, but her thugs are dangerous. Last time they were here, I heard them talking about to teach a girl from another cafe a lesson or something. Makes me feel sick of thinking about it. What else would you expect from guys like that? Breaking legs is probably all they're capable of outside gruntling and drinking. Call me naive, but I don't get how someone can be so two-faced. When I started seeing her face in the papers lately, I couldn't believe it. Surely that ruthless woman they were talking about couldn't be the Kasumi I knew. Or so I thought. Guess it's like you said. A tiger can't change its stripes, right? Maybe so. At any rate, you should probably be more careful who you trust in the future. Sorry, I didn't mean to wrap you up in all this. But thank you for not making me sign. So what's your plan? I'm not sure if I really have one. Maybe I can appeal to her kinder self. If she really is a cat lover, I'm sure she wouldn't want to see the little guys hurt, right? Oh no, I've really gone and got myself into trouble, haven't I? Maybe I should go instead. The contract was given to me, so I'd better deal with it myself. Plus, I get the impression that being confused by the cops hasn't put her in a great mood. I'm sure you don't agree, but I still think there's something good in her. Sometimes I can't help but wonder if she'd be doing all these things if she didn't grow up in that life. All the kitties loved her when they played with her. Cats are such good judges of characters. I somehow don't think her treatment of animals correlates too much with her treatment of people. I'm suddenly starting to feel a little geezy about going back there without the contract. Damn it, Ayami, you've really gotten yourself into one this time, huh? Haven't you? No point dwelling on it now. I've made my mind up, and I can't run Yakuza debt collectors just because I'm in a tight spot. Take care, don't worry, my kitties are never wrong in judging someone's character. Yeah, sure. I'll think of something, but I need you to lay low and maybe close up shop for a while until I sort something out. Okay. Es ist ein neuer Tag, Live-Chat und auch YouTube. Deshalb muss ich mich wieder so ein bisschen dran gewöhnen, viel vorzulesen. So, und Live-Chat sagte, der Ton ist ein bisschen lauter als gestern. Moment, das heißt wir... Okay, ich kann hier nicht rein, egal. Hey, what are you doing here? Go back. Das ist die Katze. Honestly, little one, I don't want you to get hurt. Go home. Folgt uns diese Katze? War das der Schuppen, wo ich drin war? Oder war das der Schuppen? Okay, es ist echt lauter als gestern. Holy shit. Okay, ich hoffe, es geht erstmal so. Irgendwie kommt aber die Musik gerade nur auf einer Seite an. It looks like they've been digging up the sidewalk, but since they're blocking my view, I can't quite see what they're doing. Hey lady, you need something? There's nothing to see here, so why don't you move along? Why should I? You said yourself there's nothing to see after all. Bit of an advice for you. If you're trying to keep someone from staying out of your business, you wouldn't lead with nothing to see here. See? She thinks so too. Every time you say nothing to see here, people stop and stare at us instead of actually moving along. Nothing to see here really does kind of make me want to look more, you know? It's kind of sinister, nothing to see here. That's what cops say when they're definitely, without a doubt, something worth seeing. Thanks a lot for the advice, boys. Last I checked, it was you who worked for me, not the other way around. Alright. No need to be so damn touchy. All we're saying is that unless you want every passerby in the Kabukicho stopping to stare us, you should try zipping it. Zip it? Is that how you talk to all your employers? You are aware of who I work for, right? Digging a hole is the least of your worries, so do as I say. These jobs are the worst. What exactly are you guys doing? All of a sudden, I can't help but wonder what some suit is doing standing by a construction site. Heh. Have to agree with the little lady on that one. As far as I can tell, we're pulling up a strip to concrete for no damn reason at all. No reason? Far from it. It's scheduled maintenance requested by the building's owner. There were complaints of people falling or getting hurt because of the uneven pavement. So my employer generously offered her own money to fix it. Maintenance, huh? Seemed perfectly fine to me until we started hacking into it, and you seem awful impatient for us to fill it back in. Maybe it's got something to do with that little thing you had wrapped in clothes before. Shut up! Or I'll ask you to dig 2 more holes after this one. 2 more? Oh, I get it. I think there was meant to be some sort of threat. Yes, exactly. I mean, what you said wasn't exactly threatening. Honestly, I've heard better. Is he trying to imply that he's going to make us uncover ourselves in concrete? Kind of a boring threat. Fine, bad joke. But maybe you two should remember you're being paid very generously here, so shut it. And you, miss, would you please kindly move along? As you see, I'm busy enough with these two without any additional distractions. Ey, ich habe ein bisschen was dagegen. Ich habe ein bisschen was gegen das Spiel, weil es diese kleinen Konversationen so unnötig in die Länge zieht. Aber das ist quasi eigentlich... ein Problem, was nur ich habe in meiner Position, weil ich es halt alles laut vorlesen muss. Und, hallo. Schönen guten Tag. Welcome back. I assume you took care of that little nuance for me. I didn't have her sign it. I couldn't, in good coincidence, ruin someone's life like that. Let me explain something to you. If I give you something to do, you don't come back until it's gone. Done. What? Do you think you're some sort of moral crusader? Helping out the little guy? What did she tell you anyway? That she was a small town girl who couldn't keep up with the big meanies in Tokyo? Put it that way. I guess I do sound like I'm asking for a bit much. Did she tell you about all of the cats that kept escaping? Or the ones who wandered into nearby businesses? How about the heaps of trash that were piling around the place? If it weren't for me getting people off her back and cleaning up the place, those cats would probably be dead by now. What we have here, detective, is a trust issue. You were too quick to take the other side because of who I am, or at least who you think I am. Pity, Kazu. Yes, boss? Take Ito outside and show her what happens when people disappoint me. Don't be too rough, I don't want a repeat of last time. Oh, and leave her face alone. I'd hate for someone to see a black eye and think she might be worth of a sympathy. Keep her jacket here. I like it, it's very chic. Did you know my friends tell me when all the police raids are coming? It's pretty handy, really. As a matter of fact, there's one scheduled for tomorrow. It'll be gone, of course. But if they were to find this jacket, well, who knows what they'd think. Would be a pity if someone recognized it. Kazu, escort her out. Good luck finding that stupid little girl. Diese damn Katze. Hold on, Kazu. Ito, who's this? He's, I guess he's a stowaway from the cat cafe. He is... Huh? I see. I love him! Look at his squishy little face. I can't have a detective beaten around such a cute little face. What's his name? Beaten? Oh, I think his name is Tomo. Tomo? That's not much a name for a man, isn't it? I think I should call you Mr. Marshmallow. About that blackmail and beating. Oh, that? Forget it. Really? Oh, good. Oh, Ito, lighten up. You're not a liability unless you start talking to your cop friends. And you wouldn't do that, would you? No, they likely wouldn't believe me at this point anyway. My thoughts exactly... Verschwinde, Tomo! My thoughts exactly. So cheer up. How can you stay mad when looking at these big eyes and those little feet? I look at you and I see a woman whose priorities are all wrong, Ito. I don't appreciate what you have, only what you're looking for. That... Verschwinde, Tomo! Ich glaube, da steht that for. Until you find it. But then what? What's left? That said, I was serious about one thing. If you talk to any cops about my businesses or about me, about my affections for cats or anything like that, Kazu might pay a visit to your apartment and pick up where he left off. But who wants to think about all the logistics of dismembering and disappointing of a detective's body when you've got these little whiskers rubbing against you? Sachiko was right. You do genuinely love cats, so why make her sign a contract that would end with her having to put the cats down? Sachiko isn't as perfect and cute as she seems. She might love her cats, but she has a strange ways of caring for them. She owes me a great debt, and it's my right to collect it. If her cafe shuts down, I'd make sure those cats have a home, though I can't say it will be the same for their owners. Tomo, verschwindest du jetzt bitte aus meinem Face? This job is about tough decisions, not legal ones like you cops make. In my business, you have to sleep with the choices you make, not leave them at the door when you hand the cases over to the courts. Mr. Marshmallow likes being picked up. He's pretty cute. I'm not sure if you meant for this outcome, but I have to say, you have some guts coming back like you did. I thought you'd be another pushover cop to keep in my pocket. I underestimated you. And in doing so, I've given you information on one of my weaknesses. It's funny, really. I spent so much time making sure I'm not seen as the weak woman that all these men expect me to be, that I don't feel like myself sometimes. Something I'm sure you understand quite well. Tell you what, I'll let you have the little weakness of mine. It's only fair. I know so many of yours, after all. In a different life, maybe we could have been friends. Kazu, stand down for now. Ito, consider yourself lucky. I'll let you keep your jacket tonight. Understood, boss. Oh, danke! Endlich ist der blöde Kater weg. Also, sorry, aber... Alright, forget the cat cafe contract. I'll get one of my boys to deal with it later. What is it you wanted again? I want to speak to Omega's company president Higashi about a girl signed in his agency. That's right. Our missing agency president and one of his many projects. What a despicable little man. I'll tell you now. I had no problem taking control of the business from him. I left him as president to keep a few of his clients happy. A decision I regret now. Okay. Ich muss ganz ehrlich sagen, das war absolut vorhersehbar und auch ein bisschen langweilig, was jetzt hier rausgekommen ist. Unfortunately, I'm just as in the dark about where he disappeared to as you, I'm afraid. A deal's a deal, though. While you were out, I got an address to one of his old hideouts and the code to get in. I can't guarantee you'll find anything there, but I said I'd tell you what I knew, and that's what I know. You haven't sent one of your stooges to check it out for you. Stooges? I like you, but don't push it. As I said earlier, me and my men can't afford to be spotted right now. Especially in an area getting so much attention. Special attention? Doesn't Kabukicho get enough attention on its own? Kabukicho is what it is, but this isn't Kabukicho. This particular spot got its reputation. Subsequently, its extra police patrols a bit more recently. In fact, I hear there's still an ongoing investigation going on there. I heard you'd be intimately familiar with that area and the incident that happened there. My condolences on the loss of your partner, Detective Tanaka, by the way. All the papers are rushing to make you out to be incompetent, or worse yet, some sort of psychotic killer. Maddening, isn't it? My friends in the police headquarters say you two were close. That's no way to lose someone you love. I suppose it's not too much to ask what really happened. Was there really someone there that night? Thanks on the condolences. But what happened on that night isn't something I want to discuss right now. Suit yourself. Let's change the subject back to Higashi. It took a bit of digging to find that address. Seems he was keeping a second hideout in Shinjuku under a fake name. Now that we know where he is, he probably knows too. I highly doubt he'd be stupid enough to stay holed up in it. But I also doubt he'd be smart enough to completely clear the place before he left town earlier. There's probably something in there that would lead us right to him. Get what you want, then let Kazu know where the slime is, so we can straighten him out. He'll get those fantasies of running away out of his head. The code to the door is 11235. Dankeschön. It's the only keypad lock on the street. You can't miss it. For what it's worth, I wish you good luck finding your little girl, but remember, you can't save them all, Ayami Ito. Oh, and Ito, thanks for bringing Mr. Marshmallow to me. Being holed up in one place for the last few weeks can be a bit taxing. You know, I remember he loves fresh fish. Fresh fish, huh? Sakichu certainly does have an eccentric taste. Kazu, go pick up some sashimi. Right away, boss. Oh. Okay, da müssen wir auf jeden Fall auch noch mal rein. Ansonsten gäbe es die Option Enter nicht. Das heißt, wir sind wieder zurück in Shinjuku. Und jetzt können wir finally wow, ich musste mir nicht mal das Passwort merken. Egal. Oh, it worked. Looks like Kasumi's tip wasn't a lie. Warte mal. Okay. Go on in. Oh, what a stench. I know that smell. Anyone who's worked homicide long enough knows it. Kick! Okay, wir haben Tür 1. Wir haben Tür 2. Wir haben eine Leiche. Wir haben... Wait a sec. This is the source of the smell, alright. The body's in pretty bad shape. Whoever did it took enough time to mutilate the corpse. The internal organs have been disturbed, maybe removed. What's this? There's a paper bag with the name Higashi written on it. Did Reina do this? Okay. Nothing's changed. Just the door. Of course. It sounds like something's trying to escape from the inside. Ach, verdammt. Entschuldigung, Freunde, Entschuldigung. Okay. Tür 1. Warte. Nothing to see here. Where is that noise coming? Achso, okay. The rattling stopped. Why? Shots of various girls, all of them taken in this room. They don't look like the professional headshots an agency would take. They all look so sad and young. I've got a pretty good idea what these pictures were used for and the types of people they might have been sent to. Reina? So it's true. To think you were kept in a place like this. What happened to you? Huh? Something's happening. You're back early. Yeah, I don't feel well. I think I'll go to bed early tonight. Ruby, don't ignore me. Lately it's been the same excuses over and over. I don't know what you're talking about. Ruby, my sweet little Ruby. You think because that one song was a hit you can just stop working? That money is all gone, sweetheart. We spent it all trying to get you a record deal. Don't you think it's unfair to eat my food and stay here for free without doing any work? Ruby? Hey, stop crying. Stop crying, I'm talking to you. Please, I didn't mean it. I'll do another song. I'll make it up to you, I promise. I just don't want to. That's exactly why I'm setting up all these meetings for you. You make the right impression with these guys and they'll take you places. Speaking of which, I got a call a little while ago from Masa. Know what he told me? He told me you were being a little disagreeable with him last night at his place. You know that he's one of our best clients, don't you? The things he can do for you girls is, well, I shouldn't even need to tell you. I sent you to him because he said there was something special about you. In fact, he said out of all the girls here, he particularly wanted to meet you. I did you a big favor by making this happen. When you compensate my generosity by sitting in a room crying and telling me you don't feel well or whatever excuse you come up with next. I don't care what he tried to do. You should have let him. When I took you in, you were a vulnerable, tiny girl who was already failing in school. But I saw your potential. I could already tell how pretty you'd be when you were older. That's all those men care about. How I look. So what? You think I took you in because of how smart you were? You're an idol. You're supposed to be looked at. Most men would fall over themselves to meet a pretty girl like you, but you ruin it for everyone when you sit there crying. What are you doing? I'm sick of looking like an idiot, Ruby. You made me do this. The noise stopped. Damn it, Ruby. I can't stand to see you like this. You're not gonna feel better staying cooped up in here. Listen, I've got you that photo shoot lined up tomorrow. The one with Masa. Are you even listening? Don't make me go back. I want to go out. Let me stay here. What's wrong with you? Please, please don't make me. I'm afraid to go. Far as I can tell, all you're afraid of is success. I've fallen over myself to make you a star, but you'll never get anywhere if you look yourself away. What? You're not going to say anything? You can't treat me this way. I gave you your name, your Ruby, and damn near everything else. Oh, but you think you're special, right? Let me break it to you, honey. You're not. There's loads of other girls in this business just like you, and they do what they have to without complaining about it. They understand how important it is to keep clients happy, and I'm sorry it's not all butterflies and flowers, but you're not some naive little girl anymore. You're a woman now. Hey, Earth to Ruby, I'm trying to give you some advice here, and you're not even listening. Reina, my name is Reina. What did you just say? Reina? Who's that? Oh yeah, that was the name of some pathetic little foster girl I picked up. You wanna go back to being there? Just say the word, and I'll throw you out there myself. If you think you've got it so bad now, let's count the seconds between you hitting those streets and being back in foster care or dead in some gutter. Not so talkative now, are we, Reina? Or is it Ruby? The girl who was successful? The girl who could make it if she would just do what she was told? Sorry. I'm sorry. I lost my temper. But you gotta see things my way. You were special, you know that? I see. I saw so much potential in you. Such a beautiful young girl. I wanted to raise you up and show you what life could be. Then you reject me and everything I can offer you. It's a damn shame. You're still pretty, Ruby. So pretty. But not when you mope around. Look, I get it. You're a teenager. And you want to cry it out, right? Fine. But when you're done with that, you're going back out there. You think I want to send you to all these little meetings with Masa and guys like him? I'd rather you were successful, so we don't have to do that. I'm on your side. If you'd work harder, you wouldn't have to do things like that. Stop crying. You're not a child anymore. I just want to go home. Home? Where do you think you are? You are home. This is as good as it's going to get for a girl like you. Tomorrow you're going to go with Masa and do whatever it is he tells you to do. You will stop this crying and you will start making some money. Maybe it was a mistake to think you'd end up being special. Turns out you were just another disappointment, another whore. Okay. There's something laying on the mattress. It's a newspaper article dated October 24th, 2004. The article's title, One-Hit Wonder Ruby Commits Suicide. That can't be, that was over 10 years ago. Her real name was withheld from the press, but her picture is there. According to the article, Higashi went to her room and found it locked. He called to her, she didn't answer. I thought she must have been tired, he said. She'd been working hard on a new song. He only forced the door when he noticed the smell where he found her hanging from the rafters. She'd hung herself almost 2 days before. Probably in this room. There's more. Their Mr. and Mrs. Higashi had adopted her years ago. Before. Ruby was not made to work and loved being an idol more than anything in the world. Her song Look For Me will go on sale again this month, with all sales going to various suicide prevention charities. I've read enough. The sadness that's in this room is the same awful feeling I felt in the sewers. Is it Reina's? Is this what I'm supposed to see? Okay, but I feel sick. That monster, how many girls did Higashi pass around and abuse before she murdered him? And Reina, she looked the same as she does now. 16 years old, a child. Higashi had her locked up and she tried to take back control the only way she thought she could only she came back. And all that pain and suffering came back with her. When I was in that room, I could feel it like it was my own. And it's not the first time I felt it. The dark was steeped in it. As soon as I realized it was like the air changed. I can sense a pulse now, like a heart beating flowing through me. But it's not enough. The mask could help me find the door, and I can feel the dark. But the path still isn't open to me. What am I missing? My gut tells me it has to do with the Kamen Kai, and the only one alive who knows about this is the old Kawana woman. She has to tell me what happened.